Hi, my name is Pelons. I picked the bike up in 2015, about summer of 2015. The first thing I did to the bike was we painted the bike. We picked up some wheels at the time. I was looking for a solid billet wheel, something a little bit different, and kicked ideas around as far as the paint. And talking to my brothers from the club, specifically Dre at Area 51 Customs, we came up with the House of Colors Candy Red. Initially it was just a solid candy red, but over time, it evolved into patterns and kind of a different twist to it, The engraving came about a few years afterwards. One of my co-workers, Barba's Engraving at the time, and before he came up with the name, decided he wanted to learn how to engrave. And he went and got all his gear, all his equipment. And this is actually the first bike that he's done. And I still have pieces up front that this very first work that he wants me to replace. So no, these are parts that are going to stay on there because it shows the beginning of his work. And this started somewhere in 2016, I believe, 2017. And it just evolved, and we've been adding more and more to it. Factory 47 has played a big part in helping me out with some of these parts. And this guy, Edgar, he's just pushed me over and over to keep engraving more and more and more. Where I thought I'm done, he's like, "No, boss, we got to keep going." But that's what it turned into. He came about, kicked ideas around with Juan at Nomad Custom Leather, and the colors on the seat, the ribbon, the lavender represents all cancers, not just a specific cancer, but all cancers, which is pretty much the focal point, the theme of the bike, and the name of the bike is in honor of you. So that's where that came about. We have the Virgin Mary, praying Mother Mary, the name of the bike, in the back of the seat as well. The show circuit, we try to follow the lowrider show circuit as much as possible. You hit, local events. We've taken the bike to the major shows, which is Arizona. It's gone to New Mexico. But the biggest one, the end of the year show, is the Vegas Super Show, which is a pretty big deal. It's done pretty well. It's placed at a lot of events. The Taurus show in LA took first place, and it took second place overall bagger, best of show, which is it's a pretty big deal. But over time, I think more than just a show, it's the people that I've met that have, what the bike represents and what it means, and the people that I've met that have kind of opened up to, what they're going through with their families as far as the cancer. It's a pretty, it's a touchy subject where people kind of bottle up their emotions. They're going through a lot. And I've met a lot of people that have kind of opened up, and, it's funny how I went from having a show bike to kind of listening to the stuff that people have to say as far as a family member that's been going through this or went through it. It's almost like they let out the emotions that they're holding in for a while, the bottling up. And I don't know, to me, after a while, I tell my club brothers, the awards, the trophies really don't mean much. It's what the bike represents and the people that I've met along the way. It means a lot more to me than just, an award, Ride the bike as much as I can on my free time. I know people look at the bike and they assume, trailer queen. People share pictures on social media, and right away the comments, "Oh, it looks nice, but too bad, it's a trailer queen." I ride this bike as much as I can, and if it's parked in the garage and my brother needs it, Dre at Area 51, he's taking the bike. This thing has been through the canyons. He's the only one riding a show bike through the canyons when everybody else is, moving on nice street bikes. But yeah, I ride it. The first year out, the first makeover of the bike, we rode back from Vegas, and rookie move because I was just in a t-shirt and it was over 100 degrees. But yeah, I ride the bike as much as possible, and all the grime and chips under the paint, will tell you that.